The CraftedSMP server has been up for 3 months now, and as you might have noticed, I still don't have a proper base built. Well, today we're going to be changing that, and as I'm sure you will have seen from the title, today I plan on building a pirate ship mega base. Now this will be off the coast of the Mushroom Island located just northwest of spawn, and I do in fact stream the full footage for these kind of episodes on Twitch, and so if you haven't already and you're interested in seeing me do stuff live, or you're just interested in seeing me do stuff in full without edits, I would 100% recommend following the Twitch link in the description. So before we get into this build, I just wanted to put the resource counts on screen, so if you're planning on attempting this in your own world or server, you know roughly how much stuff to go and get yourself. My preparation was slightly overboard, I must admit, so I think for at least the black wool, I managed to get myself like double what I actually really needed. I'm still not too sure what I'm going to do with it, as it doesn't really fit into many of my design plans for any other builds, so the overflow is kind of pretty useless. The list is actually rather abbreviated, could have been much more comprehensive as there was tons of random like off blocks, and if people request it, I'll stick the full list down below in a comment. Whilst also editing this video, I had my sub counter roll over onto 400 subs, and I just wanted to take a brief moment to say thank you everyone ever so much for subscribing. It's been amazing. I mean, it feels like only the other day we made it to 350 subs, so yeah, let's keep it going. Obviously I'm trying to grow out the Twitch as well, so hopefully I can bring you loads and loads more Minecraft content on a more regular basis. Anyway, if this video gets 10 likes, I will push Ashen off of this post once again from a much higher distance. But let's get into some of the talking points about the build. So, you might be wondering, why have I chosen to build this off the coast of the Mushroom Island? Well, for anyone who's new to the game or doesn't quite have the game mechanics down, mushroom fields biomes are extremely useful as they don't allow for mob spawning, something that we kind of considered when we were doing the spawn island and shopping district, and it's something I've considered for myself. What this means is that the areas don't have to be lit up or spawn proofed in the same manner as normal biomes do, and so I thought this would be the perfect place to have an industrial district. And so given I would consider myself a very technical and industrial style player, I wanted to keep my mega base somewhat close to my industrial district without physically being linked to it, and that way I can quickly travel between the two. Why so big is a really good question, and I think, as you can probably already tell, I really wanted to send out a message with my base, as a lot of the other content creators on the server had finished their personal bases, predominantly making them some super cozy houses with lots of intricate details, some of them making them almost like a whole compound. My favourite of these is definitely Counter's compound, to which I'll leave a link in the description for his Twitch. The guy who really has a knack for detailed buildings, and they are just so aesthetically pleasing, it's unreal. Unfortunately, I'm not so talented in this regard, and so the only other way for me to really show off my base was to kind of go absolutely massive, and this is what has caused me to build this boat. And when you look at the base, it's actually stretched out 90 blocks long and 20 blocks wide, but obviously the higher you go rising out of the water, obviously the wider and the longer the boat gets. Now, I must throw out a massive thank you to Dutchy, Ashen, and anyone that joined me live on the stream whilst I was building this. I had a whole range of help from people placing in blocks from me, design ideas being put forward to me, and just general moral support. The build itself was actually broken up into 2 different streams, one that took about 4 hours, and I think the other took about 7, so obviously 11 or so hours in total, to which I'm certain I would not have been able to get through the entire process without the amount of support I was shown, so again, big thank you to everyone. Talking of intricate details though, I did want to break up the monotony of the spruce walls, and the perfect way to do this was to make cannons poke out the sides of the boat. These are super simple to construct. On the lower decks, obviously it's not quite visible from the outside, so I did the cannons just coming out, protruding straight out like that with no base, but on the top obviously it's very clearly visible from the outside, so I really wanted to add to the aesthetic idea that these were fully functioning cannons, and so what I did was I used coal blocks to emulate the wheels you might normally find on them, and I'm going to play around with some designs on the inside for the lower decks. Anyways guys, I'm going to leave it now with the time lapse of the build taking place, as I don't think my explanations of every design choice are necessarily needed. I'll get back to you towards the end of the video once the ship has finished being built. And just a quick reminder to hit that like button if you do enjoy the time lapse, and yeah, I'll see you guys in a second. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I hope you really enjoyed the time lapse and watching me build this. I will be doing another video where we're working on some of the surrounding areas. I want to turn this obviously into the industrial district, and of course we still got to do all the interior designing, but that's for another episode. So thank you again everyone for the 400 subscribers, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.